before we get started with the formal event here, a couple shout outs I want to make. I do this with a great deal of modesty. I want to congratulate the PNCT Pirates basketball team. The Pirates won the 2026 ILA Battle of the Peers Basketball Championship. We took it home this year. Laquan Harris, Norman Jackson, Stephon Wooden, the entire team. Umar Wyatt is the MVP. One of many wins we're going to rack up here at PNCT, but I'm really proud of you guys. I appreciate the way you bring it together. And again, Wyatt, Umar Wyatt, MVP. Guys, stand up, give a wave to everybody, all right? Way to go, guys. Way to go. You know, something else I want to touch on before we get to the formalities. Last week was Take Your Kids to Work Day. We had 186 kids at PNCT. That's who we are. That's what this business is about. It's about people and families. I got to tell you, it brought me back. It was like old school. I don't know what cost more, this meeting or the pizza that was eaten at that event. I think it was the pizza those kids could eat. But no, thanks for participating. Every year it grows. Every year it gets better. And every year it reinforces to me why we come here every day. You don't have to look far on a day like that to know how many prom dresses that your work provides for, how many sets of braces, how many school educations, how many summer vacations. Boy, it really drove it home, and I really appreciate all the ILA and the management who bring their family here to connect. It's just a wonderful thing. Thank you. But before we get started, Jim Kukuka, where are you? We have an award that we just received an award, the ACEC Award. We're going to talk a little bit about why we're getting this award, but it's the Gold Award for Energy from the American Council of Engineering Companies. And Don Flood is here from Dewberry Engineering to present it. So just step up for 1 second. And Don, can you just for a minute tell the crowd what this is about?
Yeah. As everybody knows here, one of the big projects that's actually powering a lot of the zero carbon initiatives is the solar system that was put on this by PNCT over the past couple of years. And that solar system has 7.2 megawatts. It consists of 16,000 panels, and the ACEC of New York and New Jersey both recognized the project as a engineering Energy Gold Award. And so I'm going to present it to Jim on behalf of ACEC and Dewberry Engineers as the engineer of record. And congratulations.
You may not have noticed that because of the way you came in the facility today. For those of you who work here, that's 7.2 megawatts of energy. You'd have to ask Jim Kukuka exactly how much energy that is because Jim Policio can't tell you, but it's a lot. It provides 50% of the electricity that PNCT uses today. And the reason that award came along was that 16,000 solar cells went up at PNCT. That's the equivalent of 12 acres of solar panels. And we use less than 1/10 of an acre at PNCT. And we say 1/10 of an acre, 1/10 of usable acreage, because acreage here is incredibly valuable because we move boxes over it and we don't have enough of it. So congratulations to our engineering team and to all of our solar partners that are here today. I know our Standard Solar is here as our partner on the solar energy side. This is the beginning of just some of the amazing things we're going to do with energy here, and you're going to hear about that in a moment. So thanks very much, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, so good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. Today marks an important step forward for Port Newark and the workforce that powers it. This $100 million investment includes a new maintenance facility, straddle carrier fleet upgrades, and an expansion of our near zero emission LPG yard tractor fleet. These investments do more than modernize our maintenance infrastructure and reduce environmental footprint to our fleet. They represent a broader commitment to creating quality union jobs, supporting healthier communities, and building a cleaner future. At Port Newark Container Terminal, we believe that growth should lift everyone. While these investments are significant on their own, they also continue PNCT's long history with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey as a successful public-private partnership and represent a down payment on our planned $1 billion eastward expansion. This expansion will double the terminal's rail capacity, add an additional berth in the Port of New York and New Jersey, and significantly increase the terminal's capacity and throughput, while creating 150 permanent ILA jobs and 500 union construction jobs. Just as important, it strengthens our long-standing partnership with the International Longshoremen's Association. Our workforce is the backbone of this port. Modern, well-maintained equipment means safer conditions, greater efficiency, and long-term job security. Equally important is our responsibility to the surrounding community. By transitioning to hybrid straddle carriers, near-zero emission yard tractors, and renewable solar power, we are driving cleaner operations, improving air quality, and reducing harmful emissions for the neighborhoods that live and work alongside this port every day. Mayor Baraka, over the past 12 years, you and your administration have kept an open door and provided steadfast support for our continued growth. Your support in moving the port forward, particularly in advancing environmental progress, has made a lasting impact. You have been an exceptional partner, a trusted supporter, and a valued friend. We are truly grateful for your guidance and your partnership. We look forward to working very closely with the City of Newark for years to come. Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to welcome our partners from the City of Newark's Homeless Commission, headed by Luis Olerio. It's been an honor to work alongside the Commission for the past 5 years. This work would not be possible without the support of the ILA membership, the PNCT management team, the United States Maritime Alliance, and the Shipping Association of New Jersey and New York. Your commitment and partnership have helped make a meaningful difference in the lives of people who need it most, and we are deeply grateful. I also want to welcome our friends from Westside High School in Newark. It's a big crowd. We have last year's interns who graduated from us here today. Nasir, Nia, Sabrina, are you here somewhere? All right. How are you guys? Welcome back, and thank you for taking the time to spend part of your summer with us. These students are learning about port operations, the power of logistics in our region, and the global supply chain, and quite frankly, teaching us a great deal about life in our community. These are outstanding young men and women, guided by an incredible group of educators and volunteers. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to thank and welcome the leadership of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey here today. Chairman O'Toole, welcome. Deputy Port Director Mike Baza and Chief of Staff Peter Simon are here. We truly appreciate you being here today. I want to welcome the representatives from the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Congressman Menendez's office, the EPA Region 2, and the Siemens Church Institute. I'd also like to extend my sincere thanks to our vendors here today, and there's quite a few, I can't name them all, and suppliers in attendance. None of our work would be possible without your continued professionalism and dedication to what we do. Last, and absolutely not least, it's an honor to welcome Harold Daggett, President of the International Longshoremen's Association. to finish my sentence. Harold Dammit, Dennis Daggett, and John Daggett here today, and all the ILA leadership that's here today. All right. Harold, your leadership and support for the growth of this port has been extraordinary. Your passion and resolve to make this the #1 gateway in the nation inspires all of us. And I want you to know, PNCT is committed to standing shoulder to shoulder with you and your membership as we build the #1 terminal operation in the Port of New York and New Jersey. I'm coming in for a landing here, so don't worry about it, all right? So this project shows the economic growth and environmental responsibility are not competing priorities. They reinforce one another. Through continued collaboration amongst labor, industry, and public partners, we are building a port that puts workers first, respects the community, and protects the environment. Together, we are proving that sustainable progress at Port Newark is not just possible, it's already happening. As we look ahead, I want to be clear about what guides us. Our commitment is to long-term job creation, environmentally responsible growth, and to being a true partner to the community that we are privileged to be part of. These are not short-term promises. They are values we live by. The workforce, this community, this port, where containerization was created, has been a driving force behind the growth and economic vitality of the state of New Jersey for over a century. We have been blessed with the great privilege of stewardship of this historic port. With that blessing comes a profound responsibility to grow the right way, raise up our workforce, and invest in the neighborhoods that have supported this port for generations. This is the work ahead of us, and it is the work we are proud to do together. Thank you. To begin, we'd like to recognize the community that hosts this gateway and the city leadership shaping its future. Newark understands that strengthening its role in the as a global logistics gateway must go hand in hand with environmental progress that drives long-term economic growth, protects communities, and supports working families. Please join me in welcoming the Mayor of the great city of Newark, Raj J. Baraka.
Thank you. Good morning. First, I just want to say what a hell of a crowd he has in here today. People hanging from the rafters. It's not a Mets game, that's for sure. But it's good to listen to Jim and I want to thank him and everybody in PNCT because I know everything he says he means. I've had the opportunity and the privilege to have a friendship with him for some time now, centered around the growth of this port, the modernization of this port, the environmental friendliness of this port, and its ability to create a growing workforce. And he's held up his end of the bargain from the beginning to the end, and I appreciate that and thank you tremendously for the work you're doing here. He knows that cooperative growth and collective economic development is how we move forward. It is not done by one person, it is done with a collective group of people, and that's why this room is so excited today. One, you're creating more opportunities, more jobs. You are pushing our economy forward in this region, not just Newark, not the state, but the entire region at the same time. And you're doing it in an environmental friendly way. What does that mean? I want you to understand how I see it so it's made real to you. That 1 out of 4 children in Newark have asthma. Over 25% of young people in Newark have asthma because of the particulate matter in the air, because of the trucks that move in and around the port. Specifically in the South and the South Ward where I was born and raised in the city of Newark. And this is no fault of their own, nothing that their mother did or their father did or because they didn't go to the hospital regularly. It's because they live in an environment with particulate matter in the air. So this becomes a problem for us. the work that's happening here not only helps people grow their pockets, it allows people to grow their age, to live longer, to live healthier, to have parents watch their kids grow up in this community, a very rich community, by the way. So I'm incredibly grateful and thankful for the work that's happening here today and your commitment to all of this, besides the work around homelessness and all of that, but this is important. Thank you. Lastly, I think it's important not just the economic growth, but the jobs that are being created. I heard everybody yelling and screaming, ILA get 150 more jobs. That's exactly right. That's what we need, right? We need some more jobs. We need the jobs to grow. I will be, however, talking to a few people so we can get some of those jobs to come to us in the city of Newark. But I'm super excited about what's happening here. I want to thank you for your partnership. Look forward to more of this happening here at the port. The Port of Newark is the state's jewel. The state is a logistics hub, whether people admit it or not. Port Newark is where it's at. And if the folks in the state don't understand that, they're missing the boat. This is where it happens at, Port Newark right here. The people in this room every single day make the state go forward. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor. Projects of this magnitude demand steady institutional leadership. Leadership that thinks long-term and invests with purpose. That leadership is essential to advancing a vision for Port Newark's infrastructure that powers jobs and commerce in the most vital gateway on the east and Gulf Coast of the United States. Few agencies bear responsibilities as broad or as impactful as the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. It's my true honor to introduce to you Kevin O'Toole, Chairman of the Board of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
Thank you. I don't think what I do warrants a standing ovation, Harold, just so you know. Stop. First of all, Jim, amazing leader. Round of applause for amazing leader, Jim. Well done. Well done. Harold, 150. We need more than 150 jobs here, right? That's a start. So, listen, in my day, I served in the Senate, did lots of things in Essex County. Now, for the last 9 years, I've served as the chair of the Port Authority. One of the greatest joys I've had is coming to the port, to seeing what happens here every single day. It is absolutely astonishing. It is a miracle what goes on, and the people that don't visit here have no understanding. This is the lifeblood of New Jersey, goes to Chicago. The cargo you get here keeps us all alive, the jobs, the opportunity, the growth. This makes it all happen. And growing up as a young legislator, I'll tell you, I was in awe of an individual who was symbolized the growth of this. And in this room, there was a legend among us. This gentleman here, and I mean this, Harold Daggett, is a legend among legends. A little while ago, you folks had to go through a little bit of a strike. Harold calls me. He says, Kevin, we have some tough times and we need your support. I said, Harold, we're management, but we are with you. We had that conversation. I said, be safe. We're going to make sure we get through this. After a few days of negotiations, you got through it. Congratulations, great leader, Harold. Well done. Strong leader. Well done. Now, I got to tell you, I haven't seen Harold in a bit, so I see him today, and he always knows how to make me feel good. He pulls me in. He goes, man, you got fucking fat. That's what he said. Harold, you said it. So let me tell you something. I was not coming here today. I had to be here today. This is exciting, but I thought I had a better invitation. I was invited today to see the King and Queen of England at 9/11 in New York. And I said, I gotta go to that. And my wife said, you gotta go to that. And my son and daughter says, you have to go see the King and Queen. And then I went to the Port Authority. I said, this is where it's at. This is where I had to be with the men and women, ILA, We make it happen every single day. Had to be here. We are putting $4 billion to make sure that this place is the best port in the country, in the world, making it safer, bigger, and better. Under the leadership of Harold and all the folks that make it happen, we're doing this thing together. Now, Mike Bosler, come up here for a minute and talk about what we're doing to make this place the biggest, baddest port in the world. Mike Bosler, Deputy Director.
Mr. Chairman. So as Chairman said, $4 billion. It's $4 billion together with our tenant partners. Like here at PNCT with this $100 million investment, billions of dollars of more investment from our other tenant partners, okay, and the Port Authority itself. Revitalizing infrastructure, new equipment, creating space, okay, for more cargo to come in. And at the end of the day, that does mean more jobs, okay, for the men and women that I've seen over my 12 years working here that make this place go every single day. So thank you to the ILA and labor for what you do every single day, because really all the investment, all the infrastructure, it's important, but at the end of the day, it's about you and it's about getting cargo to the people in this region and throughout the country. So thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you. Thank you. And to PNCT, thank you very much for being a partner. We're with you, all 8,000 strong. Good luck. Can't wait for the development. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chairman. Thanks, Mike. You know, investments can be authorized in boardrooms and announced from stages like this, but they only become real because of the men and women who build them, operate them, and sustain them day in and day out. Yeah, today's announcement's about infrastructure, but at its core, it's about workers, opportunity, and community. Our final speaker embodies all three. He's one of the most respected and influential voices in the labor movement in this country. He's a national leader who fights every day for working people, and he's also someone whose roots are right here in Port Newark. There's no better voice to close us out than the person who represents the workers who will bring these projects to life. Please join me in welcoming Harold J. Daggett, President of the International Longshoremen Association. Before I talk, when I hold union meetings, I'm an ex-veteran of the United States Navy during the Vietnam War. I'm going to ask all of you to stand. Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. Come on, ILA. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Kevin, what can I say? That was so nice what you said up here. I did think you gained a little weight because the last time I saw you, you looked really thin. Before we went on strike, I went on strike in 1977, and it was almost 3 months. And we had a rough time, not only being on strike, we had a rough time with the police department out here. So I called Kevin and I said, Kevin, I'm gonna need your help. He said, what do you need, Harold? I said, most likely I'm gonna have to call a strike because we're not seeing eye to eye. What do you need? I said, I need your police department to really treat my people nice. Last time, they got no parking, they try to cause a problem. I'll take care of everything. I gotta tell you, he did. We went on strike for 3 days. We thought it was gonna be a month. The police department was so great to all the ILA guys. Nobody got arrested. They treated us like gold. And it worked out beautiful because of that man sitting right there. Thank you so much, Kevin.
I'm a little shaky up here in my legs. This thing's in the way. Good morning, and thank you, everyone, joining us here today. I want to begin by thanking Jim Paluccio and his entire management team at Port Newark Container Terminal, PNCT. What you have built here is something special, Jim. The new state-of-the-art maintenance facility is not just another investment. It is a project that reflects a true partnership. It is refreshing to see our ILA officers and members working side by side with management to design and construct a shop that makes sense for the ILA mechanics who will be working in here every day. A facility that allows them to work safely and well and with pride in what they do. This is how progress should look. Congratulations on this achievement. I know my home local, 1804-1 ILA, is ready, excited to get to work in this new facility. Today is also about the future. Jim, hearing your vision for this continued expansion of this terminal is truly exciting. This terminal holds a very special place in my heart. Not too long ago, this is where both my sons, Dennis and John, got their start in this industry that we all love so much. To stand here today and see this terminal evolving into one of the prime marine facilities of the East Coast fills me with enormous pride, not just as a father, but as a member of the ILA family. We also want to applaud you and your team for the commitment to the ILA, Jim. Expansion like this does not just mean more cargo, more volume. It means more opportunity, more jobs for longshoremen, more jobs for clerks and checkers, more opportunity for our maintenance workforce. It means strong families and strong communities. Throughout my career, I have always said that I wanted our employers to grow, but I want them to take us along with them. And you're doing that, Jim. God bless you. Jim, you and your team are doing exactly that. You have shown your commitment to our workforce, and you have committed in return to deliver, to perform, and to exceed productivity standards we have discussed in bargaining. The design of this project is a win for the environment. It is a win for the consumers and the business in our region. It is a win for our ILA workforce and their families. It is a win for our port. It is a win for the city of Newark. I also want to thank all the distinguished for being here today to celebrate this great occasion and the future growth of our beloved port. What we are celebrating here today is more than a building, more than an expansion, more than new equipment. It is the future of this port, a future built on cooperation, shared visions, and the understanding that economic growth and good union jobs go hand in hand. As long as we're committed to move forward together, labor and management and government, there is no limit to what we can do and achieve. Thank you, God bless you all, and God bless the ILA.
How do you follow that? You go to work. Let's go cut a ribbon.